Hello my loves, I'm Ellie Frost. Thank you so much for being on my channel where we are talking about the multi-dimensional approach to rapidly and radically healing and transforming during and after narcissistic abuse. And this morning I just want to do an energy clearing because I'm doing some work myself and I feel like we do this for me, we do it for us as a collective, when we do it for like all of us, like we kind of shift en masse, and the stuff that I'm clearing out and pulling out of my field and our field, if you consent, is like the stuff we need to like move forward from these cycles. So like I'm not going to give a training today on anything other than coming into ourselves, really focusing on releasing the past, rebirth, and always like coming into authentic power, truth, and who we are. So you might want to take a deep breath. You might not. Whatever you do is absolutely fine. But just come into your body. Be aware of your body. I want you to come out of the world. Take your consciousness completely out of the world. Just completely self-focused, completely in yourself. As you do that, some of you might feel scared. Because for some of us, it's quite scary to be in our bodies, especially if there's pain, discomfort, trauma. So I don't want you to resist anything. If it gets too much, you can just span your awareness out so it's not so intense. But as much as you can, put your awareness as much as you can in your body. And then just be aware of what the energy is like. Is anywhere blocked or heavy or dense or tight? And you haven't got to know what it is, and you haven't got to do anything about it, just your awareness. And if there is any uncomfortable spaces and places, then just literally, you can just send love there. Not looking to fix them, just awareness and love. And any tenderness, anything that like just doesn't quite feel right, you might just want to be aware of that now. We can do some shifting on that too. So I can feel something in my throat and I can feel it on my shoulders, which is normally like my expression and the burdens I carry, right? It's that kind of thing. If it's, but I mean, you might have something different coming up for you. So whatever's heavy, whatever's tight, whatever's dense, or even if you feel free, let's just aim to have a cleanse. So let's just like cleanse out, excuse me, that's obviously clear in my throat, cleanse out anything. Just start opening the crown, imagining like white light coming through, just to end, like cleanse out anything that's ready to be cleansed, right? Now just be aware. Like just move things out. Just be intending to move the energy. Just to cleanse it out of your system, out of your field, back into pure light and love. And we're now going to do something different. So we're going to pluck out. So I want you just to come back into your heart, back into your body. And we're going to start plucking out anything anyone told you about yourself that wasn't true. Anything that diminished you. Anything that devalued you, anything that made you feel unsafe, unsupported, unloved in this world, right? Just gonna, I feel energy moving when I do that, especially in my heart space. Okay, so let's go back into the heart. And I'm just gonna help you pluck out, literally pluck out of your field, all these enmeshments, all these entanglements, all this stuff, this gunk, this belief systems, this constructs, it's like heavy on your aura, like collapsing in your aura, where you felt unloved, unsupported, unlovable, uncared for, unnurtured, unimportant, like you didn't matter in this world. Anything anyone's told you, any experiences, this lifetime, past lifetimes, all time, space, dimensions and realities. I'm just going to clear and transmute that now as much as your body can release today. I'm just plucking it out your system so it's no longer there. Just transmuting it into the field, transmuted into pure nothingness. Right? All those attacks, all those erosions on who you really are, And then I want you to just, anything that feels tender, like just nurture that vulnerability, right? Because without those structures, without those concepts, like who are we? We don't always know, right? Because on the other side of that is like our true authentic selves. Like, so maybe we should do some affirmations on this. Like, so I'm brave enough to be loved. I'm brave enough to be supported. Yeah? I'm brave enough to be honoured. I'm brave enough to be cherished. I'm brave enough to be prosperous. I'm brave enough to be who I really am. And let that be enough. I am enough. It's enough to be me. It's enough for everything I want. All my desires come to me. My desires want me. I'm a perfect match to everything I truly want. And I let go of everything that no longer serves me and my authentic truth and my authentic self. It's enough to be me. I get to receive. I get to receive love. I get to receive support. I get to receive validation. I get to receive celebration. I get to be cherished, nurtured and loved just for being me. It's safe. It's safe to be loved for being me. It's safe to be prosperous from being me. It's safe to be free. Safe to be free. A lot of us have been conditioned that we have to be abused in order to be safe, right? It's a security thing. You don't, it's how we say safe. Just move it around in your body. It's safe just to be me. I'm loved, I'm nurtured, I'm supported. I'm a child of God, I'm a child of the universe. I get to be loved and supported just from being me. Being me is enough. I'm free to be me. I let go of all attachments, all enmeshments, all entanglements to torture, to persecution, to suffering, to abuse, to being diminished, devalued, invalidated, hurt, in order to stay safe. I'm ready to experience what it would be like to be fully me. I'm ready to experience what it would be like to be loved for being fully me. I'm ready to experience what it would be like to be prosperous from being fully me. I let go of everything else I've learned in order to stay safe, to get love, to get validation, to get support. I let go of all those unhealthy entanglements and enmeshments now. Definitely feels better in my back. Okay, so imagine that you're a little child. I'm not exactly like going back into our inner child work, but actually just like you're still the purity of a little child. And the universe gets to support you like a parent would. And when you need something, you get to ask, and it gets to come to you. And God, the universe, looks at you like like a loving parent. And nothing's too much for you, and nothing is off bounds for you, and everything you do is celebrated on that scale, from spirit, from source. Everything you do is celebrated. So what anyone else tells you is not true. And I want you to put your aura right out now into the world, so 6 foot outside of you. And I want you to walk around the world today in a bubble of support, protection, love and nourishment. Knowing that anything that's not in alignment with that, it's not your world anymore. Yeah? You can observe it, but you don't play. You don't get attached, you don't get enmeshed, you don't get stressed. I do stuff on this channel and in Sovereign Program so that you can release traumas around that. But like, we're naturally not going to get entangled with it going forward. Yeah? We're going to release anything in our body that needs to be released. And we're going to walk around in our bubble of love, nourishment, support, recognition, validation and love, just from being us. And our job outside of that is just to find out who is us, like more of us. How do I be more of my authentic self? How do I come? So find your passions, find your joys, or find your peace. Our job outside of that is to connect with ourselves, because all narcissistic abuse is a disconnection from self, right? And soul, ourself and soul. So our job is just to connect with ourselves, not because everything's perfect in our lives, right? Or what we might think of as perfect, but because we get to self-parent, right? Self-partner, self-focus, have our own back. We get to be what we want the universe to be for us. And when we do that, we become a magnet to receive in life the experience that we actually want, which is love, connection, joy, harmony, nourishment, growth, prosperity, love. Okay, my loves, lots of love. I'll speak to you soon.